What's up, everybody? Blood on the Razor Wire TV. Hopefully, we get some people in here tonight. I know it's been a minute, but we're going to talk about it. Let me make sure Country knows I'm in here. Just tried to load it up, and once again, it's always something, man. You load it up, you get ready to go live, and it starts going zzz. So that messes you up. Marlene, what's up, Marlene? I hope you're doing all right. Get some people in here. Big Country in the house. We only got two people, man. It's been a minute, bro. But we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it going tonight. Hope everybody's having a good night, man. DC in the building. That's what's up. Jeremy, I see you. Jacob Trench, what's up? Philip Powers, Rich Chill, Zeus LaBarber, TP. I see everybody. Gregory Lyons, Miss Thang in the house. What's up? Oregon in the house, all the way from Oregon up in this mother. Anyway, what's up? I hope everybody's doing all right, man. Super Bowl yesterday. Anybody feel drained today? Like down? Like I feel like that today, man. Let me get it. I need a little water. Hold up. And now you get to see my flag back there, right? That's what's up. Got a couple videos, man, ready to go. Got a true crime video. Anybody follow that Aiden Fucci case or Fucci? I'm gonna call him Fucci. How's that sound? Crazy little dude right there, right? Would anybody like a story on that? Because I got a hell of an idea of how that should be done. And I think people will like it. Matter of fact, I might have already done the video. So you guys will get to catch it this week on Friday night, True Crime Night. Big day tomorrow, Valentine's Day, man. Hopefully people got plans and make sure you got a good thing going tomorrow. Hi, it's Tony Chad. How you been? It's all good. What's up, brother? Sean Peterson. Great game. Did you guys like that game yesterday? There's my boy, Mike DiLeonardo Jr. What's up, Blood on the Razor Wire family? Glad to have you in here, man. What's up? So, anyway, man, I think we should talk a little bit about all the stuff that's going on in the world, man. We're living in a crazy, crazy world. Did anybody see what's going on in New York today, in Brooklyn? Cat with the U-Haul just starts plowing people down. Like, are you serious right now? What is the deal with the title? What does the title say? Is this the end? We're getting into it, bro. We're getting into it. Not the end of Blood on the Razor Wire TV. We want to talk about some other stuff, man. Give me a second. That was the best Super Bowl I've seen in years. They were definitely going at it, right? Some of you that read the book, I know that you probably know who Booper is, right? Talk about Booper in the book. He's a Kansas City Chiefs fan since we were kids. I'm back in contact with him. I talked about him a couple weeks ago. And he was writing me, I told you, man. He waited till the fourth quarter, right? In order to write me. Because I thought Philly was going to win, man. I just thought they were a better team, right? Country, okay, you're scaring me, brother. Oh, man, it ain't the end, man. We got 100,000 subscribers. Thanks to everybody here. Going to wait until that, we get that little plaque, and we're going to do something special for some people. Some people that are part of the Blood on the Razor Wire family. Stoner Parker, oh, no, he's about to quit YouTube. See how people can make a big jump? Definitely, we're not going to quit, man. I like doing this stuff, man. Miss Thang, I know who Booper is. Do you know him? You just know him from the book, right? So anyway, he was talking shit to me towards the end of the game, right? Kansas City scores, they go up. I said, hold on now. Wait on Philly. And then what do you know? Jalen Hurts goes out there, he flew 22. Boom. Throws that bomb right again. So then it quieted them down. But in the end, man, the Chiefs, they win. A lot of controversy last night about that, holding call, how that ended the game. Then, oh boy, he makes a statement, I think today, he says, man, look, I held him, bro. I pulled his jersey, man. But, I mean, people could see that. I think that the officiating, to me, kind of sucked. Is the best. Booper, Doreen Burns' son. Yes. Batman Quan. Are you from Rochester? Philly is very quiet today. That was the one thing that bothered me, right? When the Eagles had played the Niners, right? And we're going to talk about the stuff that's going on in the world in a minute. Like when the Eagles played the Niners, man, like some people posted up some videos where they were just horrible, man. Yeah, but consistent on calling it throughout. Yeah, I'll agree with you. I think they were kind of shitty. But anyway, damn. Hold on one second. Bad call from the refs didn't help. Yeah, I don't think the game should have ended like that. Oh, Tony Cortez. What's up? Okay, now I know. Yeah. So yeah, I was talking about Booper. But anyway, he was talking some shit to me last night about the football game. He's a Chiefs fan. Made it. Okay. So anyway, now I lost my train of thought because I'm reading. Some people get mad at me. You know, I say this all the time when we start reading the comments, but that's why we do the lives, man. It's not for me. It's for the people, right? It's for the people. Do you guys want that Aiden Fucci story or what? Because I did it different than any other person has done it. Different than the news, different than any YouTuber. I think you guys will like how I did it and what I did with it. Philly would have had 90 seconds. Yeah, I think they would have had a little bit of time. And Jalen Hurts, man. I mean, he proved himself, right? So anyway, like I was saying, man, we're talking a little bit about what's going on in the world. I was talking about the Eagles fans. You know, they were like harassing the 49ers fans, hitting them with stuff. And like, come on, man. Are you serious? That's the one thing that drives me nuts, right? I went to a Bills game, right? Charlie Parker, thank you, man. And just so people know, man, Charlie Parker hit us up with a donation, man. Definitely appreciate you. He does this every month, man. He's, you know, I'm not just saying it because he gives us a donation. Just a good dude, man. His character, right? People's character just, you know, it comes out, man, who they are as people, man. We definitely appreciate you. Kansas City may be stripped of the chip if the Pats test positive for Peds after that's not going to happen, bro. You can forget about that. The Chiefs got 2 questionable calls in the following moments of the last 2 games. So anyway, like I was saying, man, like I went to the Bills game as a kid. You ever get around people that pretend they're drunk? Old boy's acting like he's drunk. He's throwing snow. And I'm like, yo, bro, you hit me in the face with that snow, man. So, you know, not on no tough guy shit, but be easy, homie. You know what I mean? Like, be easy. And just sometimes, you know, sometimes people they just do wicked shit, man. Like the dude with the U-Haul. Wicked shit, right? Just plowing through people. Crazy, man. The world is crazy. I'm ready for any video you drop, Chad. Okay, we got a couple of videos loaded up, man. Did the videos on the kid from Kansas City, right? Haven't heard from him in a day or two, so don't know what's up. But anyway, what do you guys think about that guy? What do you guys think about that? Definitely a wild story, right? They implicate him or say that he's involved in 23 bodies. I know it's a wild, wild case, but you know, I've seen other people like do stories about that dude, right? Someone did a YouTube video called him the Undertaker. But you know what, man? We didn't just do a story about him because I did the story and then I interviewed him, right? Then I interviewed him. So I think that, you know, he had a wild story, but, you know, this is an example of what's going on in the streets, man. Would you want to run into that dude in the streets? I mean, let's just keep it real, right? I mean, he admitted to a couple. He ended up pleading guilty. You wouldn't want to run into that dude in the street. These are the people that you're looking at when you're involved in that game, the game. I mean, these are the people that you're up against, man. These are the type of people that are out there. There are people plotting on you. There are people out there that want to take your shit. And sometimes, man, need a video on white boys, Italians, or the Irish from New York City and the feds. Okay. I mean, how about a story about Jeremy Bender? I wonder if anybody knows who Jeremy Bender is. Hell's Kitchen. Jeremy Bender was a crazy, serious dude. Played no games. Would definitely put that knife in. And he was involved in something where he hit a dude up. Dude was going to testify on him. They sent the dude to Tucson or Coleman 2. And he's going to testify on Jeremy for stabbing him. And he's on the toilet and he's making some moonshine with the wires, electrocutes himself and dies. Ain't that crazy? I got a real gangster ass story on a white dude, man, that I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do this one. I think Patrick Mahomes is now the guy in the NFL as to walks off the field. Damn, at least your son took your money, huh? My boys are going through my boys are getting their teeth, man. Man, it's getting wild. They're up there crying about 15 minutes. They've been crying for my wife was cooking dinner tonight, man. They've been crying for a long time. And I'm listening to that, and I got Coco Melon in the background. Wheels on the bus go round and round. I'm like, holy, start feeling like you got a headache after a little bit, but I love them dudes, man. They're my little guys, man. My son's always trying to rip my necklace off my neck. Chad, how was the rep for the Albanians in the feds? Well, it depends on which Albanians you're dealing with. I got a very close friend. If you're Albanian, you might be the dude I think you might be. Why are they retracting these messages? What happened? Victor Lorenzano, he was involved with the Albanians. I should do a story about Vic. Real close friend of mine ends up with 90 years. Actually, haven't been filed the Aiden Fucci case. Okay, that's going to come out. Leon Swan, were you there when that kid did that? He was going to testify on Jeremy Bender for stabbing him at USP Podlock. The warden at Smith State Prison, Georgia, arrested. I seen that. I posted some of that. Do a show on Nazi lowriders also, bro. He was the most ruthless cat I ran into. Who? Which Nazi lowrider are you talking about? Some of them Nazi lowriders are definitely dangerous dudes, right? You didn't have to listen to Barney playing over and over. I know that one too, man. My little cousins and stuff. Man, what's the other one? Shark Bait? Shark, what the hell's the other song, man? Listen to that for months upon months. My son Chase loved the Shark song, and Charlie loved Wheels on the Bus. We only got 49 likes, man. 140 people in the house. Hit the like button for us, man. Definitely need one of my old celly on Vic and Muso. I know Vic, man. I was with Vic. Baby Shark. Baby Sharky, Sharky. I'm like, holy Sharky. How face is doing, Chad? Which face? It would be a great real story. I mean, I could do a bunch of them, man. I think the true crime stuff is good, man. Might take a little while for it to, actually get the views and everything, but hopefully we'll get there. How about all the shit they're shooting out of the sky, man? I mean, I think you're not allowed to talk about, like political stuff too much on YouTube. They'll bang you, but definitely didn't agree with that one thing just flying around and people are like, oh, they're just here doing surveillance, just checking out the agriculture. Checking out the agriculture. Are you serious? You can't be serious, Joe. Well, actually, I am. Okay, buddy. Okay. Brian and Clements, please help me out. If the boys start on Bluey, run. They don't know what they're shooting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, that shit's crazy, right? And then there was some dude that was like a former general. Some of you guys might have seen it where he's saying aliens. I don't believe it's any aliens, homie. I believe it's, the Chinese government, man. Dude had said, like, he believes that we may very well be in a confrontation with China by 2025. Does stuff like that scare people at all? I'm just asking. And when we talk about the wild things like Aiden Fucci, and that's why I said, is this the end? I'm not going to get in here and Bible thump you. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to know that I do believe in God, man. Straight up. I straight up believe in God. And can't no one in the world tell me that it wasn't God that got me out of prison. So I haven't talked to Gunners Collective, no. So anyway, like I said, man, if there's a God, man, I don't know how long this stuff's going to last. Is this the end? We've done videos about the purge and, shit that's just off the chain. Like, shit is off the chain over here, man. Like, dude, man, I don't even know if I can even say some of this stuff on here. But, man, people are just going crazy out here in the streets, man. Did you guys see the little short that I put up today? When the Eagles lost, dude started punching the TV, threw a bottle at it. Like, he destroyed his TV. I don't even know if it was his TV. Then he was about to go after his boys in the corner. Like, are you serious? So, I mean, dudes U-hauling people sky in the sky, stuff happening at Walmart. Sad situation that hit close to home here in Buffalo. You tell me, man. Do a story on Kevin Gray from DC, Murder Inc. Let me take a picture of that, man. If you guys know my email and you want me to do some stories, hit me up. Let me know. Let me take a picture of that, man. We might do that story. Got a couple good stories coming. Do you guys like the stories? Do you like the interviews? That's a big thing for me, man, with the interviews, right? Because some people are getting pissed off because you got to understand some of these people are getting out of prison and all they got is an Obama phone. They just got out or government, whatever. The government gives people free phones, man. So, some of them don't have, great phones. So it's kind of a little bit different, right? Kirk Van Orden, kid getting shot at Burger King. Yeah, right where we live at, man. Kid's 19 years old, walking out of work from Burger King. They unload on him, man. Take his life, 19 years old. Seen his mother on the news. But it ain't just this city, ain't just Rochester. It's every city, man. This shit is wild, man. Aiden Fucci, 14 years old. kills his 13-year-old classmate, stabs her 114 times. Are you serious? Like, what are you thinking, bro? Are you really that crazy? And that's another thing, right? Like the other day, Robert Rosenborough, my man Kevin, Chad, well, why don't you email me? Email me your phone number and I'll call you and we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. So I got some good interviews coming up. You know, every interview isn't bang, bang, you know, this dude shanked that dude and this dude killed. Man, that shit, man, listen. When you live that stuff, man, you know, I could get on here and tell 1,000 stories, man. Trust me, I got 18 years worth of stories that I can tell you. But it ain't always like, man, yo, this is what it is. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Prison. Listen, man, there's more about prison that you guys don't even know. Jimmy Romans Part 2. Maybe I should bring Jimmy back on. Jimmy went and got married, and Jimmy's living a good life, man, working construction. I think he's kind of like a big shot on the construction sites and all that. My pops used to beat us up when his football team lost. He was a Raiders fan. So unfortunately, me and my siblings are, Jesus, man. Are you serious? I feel bad for you, man. That's crazy. So anyway, man, let us, you know, people are like, don't bag for likes. Man, get your ass out of here, man. Let's get 100 likes tonight. We got 90. Hit us with 100 likes. You never know what's going to happen. JEG, man, I feel sorry for you, and I'm sorry that happened. Permanently disfigured. Man, that's another thing, man, like parents. So check this out, right? I said I'm not Bible thumping you, but I attend church pretty regularly, right? So I'm in church this week. Well, I've been in church the last couple of weeks that I've been in church. Not I've been in church a couple of weeks, but there's this little kid that sits up like the row right in front of us, right? And his mom's in there, and she's getting down singing, and this little kid's on this little thing, like what the hell they call them things, man? You know what I'm talking about? You play videos, and he's on his iPod, whatever, right? So I need to get one of them things. So he gets on his iPod, man, every week. Jimmy Mack gone, but not forgotten. Jimmy Mack, man, good dude, man. So he's on his iPod, and he's playing this game, man, where he's just unloading with a gauge, right? Boom! He's shooting like, what the hell is that show, Walking Dead? Like this little 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid's just like blowing these people's heads off, man, on this video game. And I'm watching this shit, and I'm trying to pay attention to the pastor, and I'm watching the shit that he's doing, and I'm like, what the hell? You should cover. Sad. Send me that. Send me that on an email. Maybe we will. I don't want people to get mad at me when I do the true crimes, because some of people are like, "Oh man, you know, I did the story on old boy who did what he did to his stepdaughter." Like for real, man. I'm gonna keep it 100, man. That's one dude I think, man, don't deserve to be in the street, man. He don't deserve to be in the street. RJ, hit me again on that email. Sometimes I get so many emails, it's unbelievable. Saw you sitting behind that cab in New York, Chad. Crazy kids. As soon as I get to New York, man, I pull up to New York. My wife runs in, hotel, get the things organized, get the things together. And as soon as she gets out of the vehicle, these kids are yelling at the dude, beeps his horn because these kids are on their bikes in the street, right? Then we get these queers right here, Brian. Always got to say something slick. He's out of here. Hide user on this channel. I washed his back. I told you what happened to people like that, man. When these dudes, man, we're gonna do a story about them type of dudes, right? If you want that to happen, whatever stories you want, shoot them to me on an email. I'll look at them. So anyway, like I told you about dudes like that, you washed my back in Big Sandy. Man, that dude probably couldn't have made it in the county jail. That dude probably never been in jail. Sometimes you get around dudes like that in jail, right? Where they act like they're tough. And one of the interviews I did with a dude today that'll be up in the next day or two, we talked about this stuff. How, sometimes people with certain offenses, SOs, chomos, whatever you want to call them, right? You get around them dudes, and some of them dudes act like they're not criminals, man. They act like they're tough too because they're in a protected environment. But I can tell you that, like, if they're in the USP, man, it's not going to work out. It's definitely not going to work out. Not at all. So washed his back. Yeah, I washed his back, all right. Jumped on his back. Like, those are the guys that midgets knock out and do pull-ups on their backs. He needs to be on, like, X-rated and stuff. Dude's full of shit. I don't know why. Sometimes, you should never let people like piss you off. You're supposed to just laugh. But I like to respond sometimes to dudes like that. It's red. You don't remember we were sellies? Yeah, man. Remember them dudes knocked you out and did pull-ups on your back. That's crazy, Red. Are you all right after that happened, bro? I'm really concerned with your safety. Yeah, I don't even care, bro. Dude was like, Red, you remember? Yeah, we remember you, bro. Dudes were taking advantage of you. They were beating the brakes off you. Chad, tell everybody to vote for Joy. She was in first, now she's in second. Okay. So look, man, I'm going to post this again, all right? This is a bigger story than I'm willing to share with everybody right now, but my wife's daughter, Joy, she's in this tattoo thing. Some of you might have seen I put up the link. So now, we told her, like, you got to put some pictures up of your tattoos. This is a tattoo competition. So I'll put them pictures up in the link. If you guys could go in there and vote for, man, we'd appreciate it. Tonight after the live, we'll throw that thing up. My wife's trying to push her daughter, which, hey, that's what mothers do, right? Trying to push her into first. And some people are like, oh, man, it's your daughter because you married Jen. And listen, man, it's a bigger story. And maybe someday you guys will hear more about it. But right now, it is what it is. But if you could go out there and vote for her, man, we'd appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? These guys wouldn't believe the tough guys who never walked the compound. Yeah. There's dudes. Listen, man, you guys, you heard about the story in the book. If you read the book, got a toothache and a lot of pain. Any advice? You hear my kids up there yelling right now? You got to put that Aura gel on them. Chad, I love the way you wash my back, and I walk the compound all day. You know what they were washing your back with. I don't know, man. Dude's full of shit. But anyway, bro, let me tell you something. If any white dudes were washing anybody's backs in Big Sandy, your ass was out of there. You're out of here. But anyway, yeah, there's always guys, man, that, everybody's a tough guy until you get there. What happened to the video? You're playing games, man. You don't really want to do a video, man. I've been wanting to do a video, but you got an interesting story. Hit me up. I mean, right here. I'm leaving. I won't be around for a day or two, but we could do it Wednesday night if you really want to do it. I had another guy, man, I was doing an interview with last night, man. I called him. We're trying to set this thing up. I spent 2 hours yesterday before the Super Bowl that I wanted to take a nap because I was exhausted trying to hook this thing up. Couldn't get it hooked up. He's new out of prison. Don't know really what he's doing with the phone. And eventually today, we made it happen. So we got that. Where do we vote? I'm going to put the link up. Well, if you want to come on and you want to do it, then send me a message tonight. And I'm going to send you a message right after the live. And then we're going to do it Wednesday night. Are you free Wednesday night? The people want to know, are you free Wednesday night? If he's free Wednesday night, man, we're giving away some free books. Let's go. Are you free Wednesday night? It's a yes or no question. You guys want to hear his story? He was in Big Sandy. I think he was there when Ace was there. What is the most violent USP today? Some of them are popping, man. Just think Pollock, Beaumont, Freddie Morales. My first time on the live chat. Be gentle. Yes, I'll be there, bro. Okay, he'll be here. First person that says, Chad, I want a free book. I want a book. I'm in Canada, though. Well, Rob Coombs, we've had numerous problems with people in Canada. One dude threatened me, like his wife wrote me nasty stuff. You took our $25. No, I didn't. I sent you your book, I believe, twice, and you didn't get it. I think that was when they were having that stuff going on. So what I'll do for you, Rob, is you can email me, and you're getting an audio book tonight. Rob gets an audio book. All right? Let's see. Yeah, I want to hear the story. I was there. Who is he? Freddie in the house. How do I get a book? You're getting a book right now. You're getting a free book, Brandon. Just email me. Country, put up the email. Locked in for Wednesday. Chad, I want a free book. Freddie Morales, you're getting a free book. There's 3 books right there, man. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. You got to catch us on the next one, all right? Matthew Bishop, I need a book. Man, I gave away 3 books, but because you're going to donate it to your wife's rehab, I'm sending you a book too. So email me tonight. The books will be out. They won't be out until leaving here till Thursday because I got things I have to do. Rooster guy. If you had to go back, would you feel safe in federal or state prison? I mean, if I had to go back, right, which I never plan on going back. I got 2 little kids, man, that need their dad, right? I would rather be in state prison all day long. Not because you feel safer, but because state prison is better to me, man. 100 times better. You know, I spent time in Attica. I spent time in Comstock. To me, state prison sucked, but it was better than federal prison. So there's the ink thing right there, all right? My wife just posted it. Where is it? If you guys want to take off and you want to hit that thing up right there and vote for Joy, we'd appreciate it. We want to push her to first in her group. Chad gave me a free book and it was in my mailbox in 2 days. That's what's up. I'm glad you got it. How much do the books cost? I charge $25 for the books, but sending them overseas is very, very hard and it's a lot of trouble. 137 likes. Hit that like button. We can get $1.50. 108,000 subs, blowing up like I thought you would. Same number, same hood. It's all good. Chad, does the audiobook come with your voice? Yes, I am the person who narrates my own audiobook, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like God gave me a gift, man. I feel like God gave me a gift and I'm able to talk, man, and I'm able to read well, I think. But I also think I should be on The Voice or something too. So I have to sing some country music. I've done it before. Can you be a loner without getting punked by other gangs? You want the truth? It depends on what prison you're at. In federal prison, like, for example, when you pull up the Big Sandy, right, wherever you're from, back then, Stevie Burke, he wasn't going for it. And listen, somebody sent me an email about Stevie Burke. If you're watching, it was you and your husband. He helped your husband when your husband was in state prison. Somehow I erased your email, and I would like to talk to you. I know that you're fans of the show. I know that your husband was gotten a beef. I know that he killed someone when he was younger. I know that some dudes tried to jump on him in state prison, and Stevie Burke helped him. So if you're listening, please email me again. I was writing you an email and hit a button and somehow deleted your email. I cannot find it. So email me back. But can you be a loner? Not always, man. Not always. You can't always be a loner. You might want to be. You showed up in Big Sandy and you're from the East Coast and you're like, man, I'm going to be on my own time. They're like, yeah. Stevie Burke would have hit you with don't even worry about it, man. It's all good. We ain't tripping on you, brother. And they would have got your ass out of there. That's the one thing that people don't understand about federal prison. Everyone thinks it's a nice place. Look, man, people are looking for a reason to put your lights out, man. And if them dudes had a reason, something like that, they would put your lights out. I talked about a certain gang before where, they didn't like this dude. They wanted to take his shit. He acted like he was a loner, and they went and took his shit. That's it. They went and took his stuff. They massacred him, man. Go get him. That's how it works, man. E. Judd, thank you, bro, guys. Show your support. Hit that like button. That's what's up. Hit that like button, man. Chad, free book. Brandon Clements, I've never sent you a book. I thought I sent you a book before, bro. I know you ain't going to take my book, go out and sell it now. Email me, dude. You've been here a long time. Email me. I'm going to give you a book. I got an argument about which one's worse, feds or state. It depends on where you're at. I think that federal prison, maximum security federal prison, is more dangerous than any other maximum security prison in the country besides these 3 states: Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. You end up in prison in Alabama, your ass is in danger. I don't care who you are. You're in danger, homie. You end up in Florida, you're probably in danger. You end up in Georgia, the police are scared in Georgia. You go to prison in Georgia, your ass is done, buddy. You seen some of them big old machetes they got over there? I've seen vicious. How about the dude that died over the railing? I think Bill Feasy did a video about it. Like, dude was just leaned over the railing dead for hours. Where are the police? Oh, man, don't call the police. Like, that's when prisons are out of control, man. When the police are scared, you're definitely in danger. Now you're in a world of Let the best man win. Let the best man survive, right? Hey, Chad, are there white dudes in black gangs like white Crips or white Bloods? There are. There are. And let me give it to you real, right? In federal prison, you get into a maximum security prison in the feds, and you get around, you run into a white Blood in federal prison, he's probably about that business. I'm just keeping it real. You run into a white Crip, he's probably about that business. They usually grew up in the neighborhood. They ain't faking. They get busy. When you're in a black gang like that, I feel, I mean, I could be wrong. I feel that you have to prove yourself, man. And I've asked dudes that been on the show that were in black gangs, like, did you feel this way? Or did you feel like, there were dudes that were out to press you, to get you, like, to demolish you, to make you look bad? Of course there is, man. It's just, that's the nature of the business, man. So them dudes always have to prove themselves, and they always want to, man. And, you guys that haven't seen, I did an interview with my brother on my channel. You probably know that he is a white Blood. He was a very dangerous person, if you want the truth. Very, very dangerous. Implicated in some very serious crimes. Had a lot of power in whatever prison he went to. Dudes that might be listening, I'll just tell you this, that him and YB, dude, if you're from New York and you're a Blood, I'm going to tell you this. Double 9G, Yellow Boy, YB, the executioner, him and my brother are like this. So that will probably tell you who my brother is and what he's like. So yeah. Now, have I been to other prisons where you get these white dudes that are like, yo, man, and you're like, man, this dude's a lame, right? He's a lame. And I think my brother talked about some of that, like in New York State prison. Like he would get on a compound and white dude would show up talking about he's a Blood. And, he's like, man, dude's full of shit. So there are some dudes like that. There are some white Bloods, white Crips. I met a couple tough ass white GDs. I met some gangsters, man. And we're talking about this stuff. Some of the toughest, and this ain't no racial shit, but some of the toughest white kids that I've ever met in prison came from Missouri, man. The show me state. I don't think I've ever met not one white boy from Missouri that couldn't fight. So, I mean, them white boys can fight, man. And they will fight. So, I hope I answered your question, man. Too hard for the yard. Yeah, we got a video coming up called Too Hard for the Yard. You guys, you might like that one. Why do you think America imprisons more people than any other country? Well, you want the truth? I told you guys, I've been messed up since I had COVID, man. You want the truth? Do you have any upstate stories about upstate guys that put in work? Yeah, I'll give you guys a story tonight. Why do we incarcerate more people? Look at our country. When you ask that question, look at our country, right? How do you stop crime? You probably got to stop poverty, right? So why do we incarcerate more people than any other country? That isn't the root of the problem. The root of the problem is education, character education, stopping people from going down this road. And I've talked about this before, man. When you're 13 years old and you got nothing to eat and your mother's selling your food stamps and your daddy's in prison, what do you think is going to happen, man? What do you think is going to happen? Dudes become criminals. Dudes learn to take. Even women. You're hungry, you're going to take. If you're hungry, what are you going to do? Some people might be like, oh, man, I don't believe in that, product of your environment bullshit. That's what it is, man. People are a product of their environment. We incarcerate more people because we got so much goddamn crime. Now, forgive me for using the word GD, but not gangster disciples. But I think that's what the major problem is, man. Just the crime is off the chain. We got people here where I live, man. They've been driving their cars right through storefronts. Oh, liquor store. They drive right through the liquor store and steal everything, man. I put that short up, about 8 months ago? Where the dude's at the door, 3 a.m, big ass garbage bag full of Newport cigarettes. He sells them for $20, man. This man's got like 500 packs of Newports and sells them for $20. He smashed the windows out of the Arab store and unloaded all those cigarettes and just wanted to get high. I think we got a substance abuse problem. I think we got a problem with education, a problem with character education. I think we got a problem with, too many kids growing up in broken homes. The father ain't there. Father might be in prison. I think another problem is that we give out way too much time. We do. When you take a 19-year-old kid, man, you give him 30 years, right? And with good time, he gets out when he's like 47. And he has no skills. He don't know what do you think he's going to do when he gets out? When he gets hungry again? Is he going to say, damn, man, I really appreciate my freedom? Or is he going to say, my stomach's touching my back, I got to take something? This is the culture, man. And you guys heard from the kid from Missouri? He was in the streets. He didn't feel no remorse. This is part of the game. This is the game that you got involved in. And it's a sad game. And it's a game that most people never win. It's a game that I lost at, man. And I lost 18 years of my life straight. You know, the shit that I talk about, I lived it, man. That was my life. I lost it for 18 years. A lot of things need to be fixed, man. Crime is through the roof for sure, but sentences have gotten so long and messed up that it wiped out an entire generation of fathers. I agree with that 100%. I mean, those are facts. Sadly, though, some of these crimes, though, need to be punished. But yeah, it's definitely a hard situation overall in having parents in a child's life. So we can take a look at the Aiden Fucci case, right? I'm going to tell you, I did the story, man. I did the story. It was a disturbing story. When I don't know if you caught it, but keeping it real, someone caught it because they wrote me an email and someone commented too. When I did that story about that dude, man, that took his stepdaughter out on that crazy ride and took her life, like, that shit broke me up, man. I went upstairs and told my wife, like, damn, man, that shit hurt me, man. And I think it hits home even more now that I got kids, right? And there's something about me having my kids where I want to help other people, man, that are unfortunate, man. I don't want other kids to struggle. I want other kids, and you know, maybe my wife will get mad, but I'm going to say this, right? Like, we got this store here, man. It's called, like, I don't even know what the hell it's called. But, like, you can take, like, your old kid stuff and give it to them, and then they give you a credit, and you can come get some other old kid stuff because your kids grew out of their thing, right? Their little jumpsuit or whatever they got. And she's like, well, this is, and, you know, she lived a life like that where, you know, she was used to, you know, doing whatever, you know, bargaining, whatever. I mean, that's the normal American family, right? Might use some coupons, you know, you look for the sale, you buy things in bulk. And I don't ever want to give them people our stuff for no coupon. I don't want to do that. I want to give my kids stuff to some kids that are unfortunate. I want to give this stuff to a parent who doesn't have anything. That's what I want to do with the stuff. And that's what we're going to do with all of our stuff. We give it to people, man. We ain't selling shit on Marketplace. Stop all that. I don't want to do none of that because God has blessed us, man. I believe that, man. We've been blessed. We got to help other people, man. You know, and like I was saying, okay, I sadly, though, some of these crimes, though, need to be punished. But yeah, it's definitely a hard situation overall in having parents in a child's life. For sure. Aiden Fucci, whatever, right? 114 times he butchers this girl. And you know what? I think his parents are, the little girl's parents are Christians and all of that. But you know what? I don't think I could control myself, man. I couldn't be in a courtroom with it. I couldn't be in there, man. You know what? We all have our faults, but I'd probably be one of them dudes you see on videos jumping over to, you know, trying to do something because I would be so mentally and emotionally distraught, man, that it would be balls to the wall. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. So how much time do you think that kid deserves in prison? He was 14 years old when he committed the crime. But there's a lot of things that go with that story in that case. Talking about he was hearing voices. I mean, can they fix that? Or does this dude not belong in society, man? Are there people that don't belong in society? I think there is. Some people might get, man, you want some police shit. Well, man, if you kill kids and do bad shit to kids, you shouldn't be in the street, homie. I really feel that way. That's what I believe, man. I can't change how I feel, man. Let me see. Jurgen, I appreciate that. Pay it forward, no doubt. 60-minute shows from now on, Chad. You big time now. I ain't big time, man. I'm just honestly, man, I'm just a regular ass dude. We have 100,000 subscribers and hardly any views, right? I mean, the views got to go up. Anyway, and I promise you this, and this is on my mother, man. If I was making that kind of money, I'd be looking out, man, for the people. You can take that to the bank. Not one of them dudes that be like, I mean, I make all right money. I make a good living, right? I'm not talking about on YouTube. I'm talking about doing legal work. I win a lot. You got to keep winning in order for people to keep hiring you. So I'm able to, take care of my family, man. And that's what's important. I'm able to take care of my family. We're not hurting. We're not rich by any stretch of the imagination. So when you email me and say, Chad, can you send me 500 on the Cash App? I'm about to tell you right now, I can't. I can't. But, if you could send me 500 on the Cash App, that'd be real nice. But I can't send you 500 on Cash App. So, and you guys think that's crazy because some people hit me up like, yo, can you send me 500 on a Cash App? I had someone ask me, yo, bro, you send me 600? Send you 600? Why would you even ask someone something like that? Like, dude, I've been out of prison for 2.5 years and you want me to send you $600? I can't do it. But when we do make money, we can give away some money, which we've been doing on the channel, right? And I like to give it to the people that I feel really need it. Single mothers, single fathers, people getting out of prison. I want to bring one of my boys on. I gave him a loan. I gave him a loan 8 months ago. He started his own business. Gave my other boy, I gave him a loan. Started his own business. I try to help people, man. It wasn't a big business. Wasn't a big loan. A couple dollars. And he's working on getting it back. But we do stuff like that, man. I do stuff that people don't know. Stuff that we don't have to talk about on here. But you know why I do it? Because I feel it in my heart, man. Like, you need to do this, man. You need to help these people. Lady hit me up, man. Listen, I know you did your giveaway. My son needs some clothes. We're struggling. Here's some pictures. Me and my wife went to the store and we did it. We did it. And it makes you feel good, man. I actually did time at 2 different prisons with Jesse James, who you interviewed on here. The dude is legit. Definitely appreciate that, man. I think Jesse James was a really good dude, man. Been through a lot, spent many, many years of his life in prison. Hey, Chad, when locked up, did you watch crime shows? So let me be honest with you, right? Like, I was never really a big TV watcher in prison, honestly. I was always into the legal books, always working. People that have been in prison with me could tell you that. I used to watch animal shows, pit bulls and parolees. I would love watching that show. And I love music, man. When they got them MP3 players, I mean, you shouldn't be surprised if you hear your boy listen to some Patti LaBelle, listen to some country music, Tim McGraw. Don't take the girl. Told you I should be on The Voice. Everybody agrees. I know you do. But I didn't do a lot of TV watching. Once in a while, if they had like the first 48 on, I would catch that. Towards the end of my bid, when I knew that I was coming home, Jimmy Romans got me involved in watching some stuff. When I made it to the low, right? I was in the low like 9 months. You could stay up later. So he got me watching these shows. What was the show with the Mexican chick? Like the cartel lady? That was like one of the first ones we started watching. Then he got me into watching Snowfall, which, man, I love watching Snowfall. Yellowstone came out. He had me watching Yellowstone. He'd be like, come on, man, come over here. I'm like, all right, man. And then once I seen this show, I'm like, damn, man. It had been a long, long time since I had, really watched a movie. I don't watch movies even now. Like, me and my wife, once in a while, we'll go out to the movies, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to pay attention to this one. And 20 minutes later, I'm like, are you sleeping? No, I mean, it's a great part right here. So that's kind of, I'm not really a big TV guy. Wes Watson came out and became a millionaire from YouTube. Get him on your channel. You will blow up big time, dog. Yeah, I know. I know who Wes Watson is. Listen, man, Wes Watson ain't got no time for me, man. Wes Watson doing big things, making big money. How many channels do you get in prison? Man, we had cable television, bro. Had a whole bunch of channels. Snowfall was fire. Yes, sir. Queen of the South. That was the name of the show. Queen of the South. I went in at 19 and got out at 35. Been out for 7 years, bro, and I love your content. Cheesehead for life, man. I definitely appreciate you. Hit me up, man. You were probably in Georgia, right? Hit me up, man. Let's do an interview because I'm very interested in that Georgia prison system. If you were with Jesse James, right? It's a dangerous place, man. It's a place that we should talk about. A place that might deter young fellas to say, man, I don't want to be in there. And tonight, man, go out and share. Find one of our videos, man. Share it. Let's get them views up. We get them views up, we can take care of the people, man. I promise you that. I can show you better than I can tell you, right? When I was there, it was nothing but soap operas and sports. The Georgia system is effed off. It definitely is, man. When we went to the low, man, like the crazy thing, because I talked to this dude and I do an interview today with him, right? And I had asked him because he started talking about the Moskies. So I had asked him about that. When I was in Lexington, some of them dudes, man, like they watched the white TV in the white TV room in Lexington, but they all sat on the back wall. They were all on the back wall, right? And then they had a TV outside. And them dudes will be out there watching their TV faithfully, man. Let me see something. Certified. Why would you do that, man? Brandon Clements. TY, Chad. I'm gonna share every video you do, Chad. Why would Certified delete that? Certified, what are you doing, man? Where are you? I don't even see you. Are you in here? Yeah, the people that don't ask are the people that need it. I know. I think I'm a pretty good judge of character, man. We help some people out with their rent. We've done a bunch of good things. Michael Foster, we appreciate that. I unblocked him. Who got blocked? Okay, thank you. Yeah, don't be doing that stuff, man. You're gonna piss me off doing that. Don't. I mean, his comments ain't bad, but anyway. So anyway, man, like them dudes had like their own TV. They'd be outside in the pouring down rain watching their shows, and man, they'd be watching them little cheerleader shows and shit like that. And that shit used to burn me up inside, man. Used to make me pissed off. And then you get some of them dudes where you're like, man, dude ain't no tough guy, right? And I've seen plenty of dudes, man, talking shit and just get slapped and not fight back. And that was amazing to me, man. If you slap me, I'm slapping you back. If you're the warden and you slap me, I'm slapping you back. If the police slaps me, I'm slapping you back. And you got some gangsters in there, man, slap people. And just crazy, man. Got a dude I was with in Lexington. I would love to bring him on for an interview, right? And or college softball was bad too. And man, this dude gets high on K2. He comes running through the unit and hits the biggest black dude in our unit. Hits him while he's watching TV. He's running down the aisle. Boom! Man, dude gets up, man, knocks this dude's eye out, man. Like knocked his eye out. I would love to bring him on for an interview. But, like I said, some of them dudes, man, they get tough, man. You ain't going to tell us we can't watch TV in here. And then they go get the case manager. I'm going to share something personal with you guys, too. Could you sit and watch TV with people of other races? Yeah. I mean, like in the penitentiary, everybody has their own TV, right? Like there's a white TV, there's a black TV, there's a Mexican TV, there's a sports TV, there's a movie TV. And back in the day, they used to have TV rooms till people were going in there and killing people, right? So let's say, like the black TV room, most white dudes wouldn't go in there. Most black dudes wouldn't come into the white TV room. But, like you got on the white TV, you're watching country music awards, you might be surprised. Black dude might like some country music. And he might stand in the back, watching it. They might have a basketball game. They might have the Knicks game on over at the black TV. White dudes like watching basketball. They're not sitting up front. Everyone had a spot where they sat. This is their chair. This is where they sit. Don't sit there. So, white dude, you might be watching the Knicks game from the back. People ain't tripping. You can't be standing over the top of people, because I've seen people tell them, yo, homie, what's up, man? And it becomes an issue. It becomes a serious issue. But yeah, man, you could pretty much do that, man. Just surf the web and see all the problems with the girl he hooked up with over Instagram and how much of a problem she has and is to Wes. Everyone's life is tragedy. Don't let anyone fool you otherwise. I did not get my YouTube plaque yet, man. So when I get that plaque, we're going to probably do a little something, man. Chad, who were some white dudes in Acton that had a name when you were there? Oh, man. It's a white kid from my city, man, named Red, Dale Keeling. Dale did like 25 years, man. I might have told this story on here before. I didn't know back then. He had a shoebox. He's like, yo, Chad, I'm going to give you $20, man. Carry this for me. Walk across the street from me. I didn't know, man, what he had did, and I carried that shoebox. There were some dudes, mob guys over there when I was in Attica. Tommy Torpy, I think, was there when I was there. There was some serious white dudes there. Not the most serious, but state prison's a whole lot different, man, than federal prison. What happens if your CO accuses black and your best mate? Can you talk to him in jail? Yeah, I mean, you can talk to him in jail. I mean, but there's some people that don't want to associate with you. Trust me. And it's on both sides. It's like that sometimes. Bro, them areas over the TVs are marked by imaginary lines. and they will pull you up on it and say, hey, bro, you can't sit past this crack in the floor. This is our area, right, Chad? Things like that happen, but usually, like if a white dude comes in, we let him know, yo, bro, this is where we sit at right here. Don't sit over there. Don't touch that TV. That TV's off limits, homie. Don't touch it. I mean, you pretty much give people the rundown as soon as they get there. I'm mixed with white and black. Would I have to choose a race to stick with? The only time I ever seen a dude that was mixed black and white and that sat with the whites and stuff was at FCI Raybrook. Some people might get mad about this, but you guys seen I interviewed Cedric Dean. Man, Cedric was like a civil rights activist. You know what I mean? So I'd be in the chow hall sitting at my table, and Cedric would come right in there and sit down with his tray. And there was an incident, man, where, we're in the FCI, man. There was an incident where white dude was kind of like looking at us, and I was just kind of like, what's up, man? What's up? Oh, man, nothing. Those are the fake tough guys. Not, I mean, there might have been a dude sitting there that had a problem, and I said, he'd be like, well, yeah, you know what's up. And it could pop off. But like Cedric would come sit over there, bro. If I had something important to talk about Cedric, because I was trying to get out of prison, man. Me and Cedric Law, this, that. I might go sit at his table, at the Carolina table. And the people over there, they embraced me, man. I was a jailhouse lawyer, man. So I was all right. But in the penitentiary, no, that stuff's not happening, man. Not happening. Joe Moultrie in the house. What's up, Big Joe? Hope everything's good with you and the kids and the wife. Let me see. If everyone would come together, they couldn't stop us. It's just different, man. Oh, shit. Okay, Joey. You got me. Leo Felton, Big Sandy. Yeah, you're right. Leo Felton was a skinhead once upon a time. I wish I could get Leo on the show, bro, for real. Anybody know how to find Leo? I'm going to go see if I can find Leo. If anybody can find Leo Felton, man, on Facebook or anything, please send it to me. Please send it to me. Leo was a skinhead, but he's mixed, black and white. He was a skinhead. Yeah. And he had an issue in Lee County where he didn't win that one. Leo ends up coming. I talk about Leo in my book. So when I talk about the black kid that's beefing with the dude on the yard and he's running around like a jackrabbit, that's Leo Felton that I'm talking about. And Adam Oliveri's like, yo, bro, I'm going to kill this dude. And I'm like, man, please don't do that, man. In my mind, I'm like, damn, don't kill Leo, man. But Leo would fight back and Leo would stab. So Leo Felton is mixed black and white. He comes to Big Sandy and he runs with the white dudes, man. So you're right, Joe. I'm wrong on that. I apologize. I stand corrected. Leo Felton ran with the white dudes. Stevie Burke was like, yo, bro, listen, this is the deal. You're from Boston. We got you. And he kind of just was like, I don't know, man. Leo just kind of did his own. I mean, he kicked it with a lot of the gang dudes, man. He was mixed black and white. But yeah, Leo Felton was black and white and rode with the white dudes. Let me see. Pokemon, Chevy. Hey, Chad, what's the worst pain you ever felt and how did you find the strength to keep pushing? Two things, man, come to mind. The worst pain that I ever felt. Damn, man, it might be three things, all right? When I got sentenced to 40 years, I was still young. I was devastated, man. Devastated. Went back to that cell. I didn't cry, I don't think, in the courtroom, man, but that night I did, man. I went in my cell. I was in an immigration facility. I get back, they want to lock me down, and he just got 40 years. And I had already been off the chain, right? And I'm not glamorizing that shit, or I was just a wild, wild dude back then. Knew I was getting a life sentence. Didn't really care about anything. I did care, but I wanted other people to think that I didn't care. There were times when I just, the consequence, nothing mattered, man. They took my life. My life was over. So that day was the hardest thing I ever had to face. It was an uphill battle, man. But I had to believe that somehow, some way I was going to get out of prison. And that's how I got through it. The next hardest day was, I'm going to give it to you real and raw, man. You guys are going to get it all tonight. Was when the judge released me and I was walking out of prison and couldn't believe it. 17 years later, I was getting out of prison 20 years early, right? For those of you that don't know, as soon as I won my case, they called me in there and acted like I was going home the next day. Then they figured out that they messed up and they had to fix it. I wasn't going home the next day. You're going home in 57 days or whatever. And COVID hits. And I'm supposed to get released that morning. I'm walking out. I'm almost out the gate. And they call on the walkie-talkie and tell them to stop. That was the toughest. That was tough, man. That was just as bad as getting sentenced. Losing trial was hard, but getting hit with that sentence was devastating. And not getting out of prison and thinking, wow, man, so close yet so far away. And now you guys want the other one? It's personal, man. When my wife left me, man, when she had to go on with her life. And for those that don't know, I suffered, man. And I've talked about this before. I never got over her, man. 18 years in prison. She was always in my mind. As soon as I won my case, and I'm trying to bring my boy Jimmy Thompson on, old school dude, did a bunch of time in California. Just like, wow, man, it was the first thing I thought about was her. And look how things work out. You know what I mean? Hasn't all been red roses. We've had our ups and downs, but I love her and care about her, and that was devastating. And recently, my sister found my mother in that new apartment that I got her. And my mom was up all night puking blood, thought she was just sick, puking, didn't realize it was blood. And my sister calls me and sends me the pictures. And she said, you got to come here. So we go there. I go to my mom's while my sister's there. I'm like, oh, what's going on? And my mom's on her way to the hospital. And she tells me, I just want to tell you I love you, you know? And I'm just glad you're home. And I'm glad you had kids. And that was pretty hard for me. So I go in my mother's house and I don't even know. I wasn't even thinking, man. And I just started cleaning the blood. I started cleaning her house. And I was crying. And then I go home. They're only letting one person in the hospital, they say. So my sister's with my mom. My mom, she wanted my sister. And then they call me and say, you need to come to the hospital, man. And the doctor said you should come soon. And I had no control, man. I physically vomited, man. Like, I don't know how, I just vomited. And I went to the hospital, and thank God, man, my mother had 2 blood transfusions. She was in the hospital for about 3 weeks. She had some serious shit going on. But, man, that was pretty hard for me, man. Thinking that my mother was going to pass away was probably harder for me than getting sentenced to 40 years, harder than my wife leaving me, and harder than, thinking I was going to walk out of prison and then get turned backwards, man. Because I love my mom, man. We've been through a lot of shit, man. We grew up poor. My mother struggled. Those of you that know my story, my brother committed suicide, killed himself. And you know what? Me and my mom have been like this. We'll always be like that. I take care of her. Keeping it 100 with you, man. I pay her rent every month. So that's why I work my ass off, man. You guys might not know it, but I spend time with my kids, spend time with my wife, man, and I work my ass off. So always working my ass off. You know what I mean? But anyway, those are the toughest times, man. And you might be going through a tough time right now, man. You might be struggling. I seen a Facebook post the other day, man, 2 days ago, where a dude said, yo, man, there's no reason for me to be here. You know what I mean? There's no reason for me to be here. And they put his obituary there, man. Life is never that hard, man. When you think it's that hard, give it another day. I wish my brother would have gave it another day. I wish he would have thought about it. Give it another day, man. And let one day be 2 days and 2 days be 4 and 4 be 8. Because it's never as bad as you think it is at that moment. I promise you that, man. And if you're struggling, there are people that'll help you, man. You think there's not people out here that'll help people? You'll be shocked, man, at how many people will help you. When you're sincere and you really want some help, I don't care if you go to the church, you go to the masjid, you go wherever, man. Somebody's going to help you, man, if you're legitimate and you're serious. I mean that. What was the biggest adjustment when getting out? Man, biggest adjustment for me is just, I'm still adjusting, man, being in public, man. I'm always watching. I'm always paying attention. I've talked about this before. I had my own apartment. I heard everything at night. Put my dresser in front of my door. I lived in a really nice neighborhood when I first got out. Well, not when I first got out, not the first week or two. But I ended up getting my own little place out in the suburbs, not in the city no more. And I heard everything, man. And I can honestly tell you that I was scared. At night, I was like, slept with a knife, still do. But, it is what it is. Mexican Mikey. I think I do know who you're talking about Mexican Mikey. I think I might have been with him somewhere. I know who Mexican Mikey is. TJ Shahan. Okay. He got a kick out of your stories. That's what's up. But the stories are the stories, man. The stories are stories, man, to help other people, save people from going down the road that we went down, right? But anyway, listen, man, we got a nice little live. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? Hit you with the Damar Hamlin. That's for my wife if she's still watching. I love her, care about her. Man, tomorrow take some time out for your wife or your girlfriend, man, and let her know that you love her and how important she is. Because I tell you what, man, when they're gone, or if your ass ends up in jail, you're gonna really miss them, man. You're gonna miss them times when you sat back and watched Yellowstone or 1883 or 1928, whatever that new show is, whatever. And your kids, man, your kids. I don't want your kids, man, or my kids or any kids to be 14 years old and do that shit that Aiden Fucci did. You know what I mean? Don't do that shit, man. Take care of your kids. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that they're important, man. We're going to go ahead and close the show tonight. I got some videos loaded up. I'm going to wait one day and then Wednesday I'll bust them out and all of that. If you can, I'm going to go to the community page right now. I'm going to post Joy's stuff. If you can't, go vote for her, man. Look out for your boy. That's just to get her out of that group and into the next competition, right? Some people were saying some disrespectful shit on there, but I guess that just comes with the territory whenever you're on, this type of platform, social media, whatever. But she's really a good girl, man. She works every day. She busts her ass, saving her money, pays her own car payment. She's a good kid, man. So you guys want to? She's into some tattoo stuff, which my wife wasn't happy about. But you know what, man? Go over there, give her a little support, vote for her. Let's push her back to number one. She was in the first place. Now she's back in second place. We got to push her, man. Blood on the Razor Wire TV. Let your son know that you love him. Let your daughter know that you love her. And I always tell you guys this, man. Every little girl's first hero in life is her daddy. So be that hero, man. Blood on the Razor Wire TV. Until tomorrow, we're out.